Good evening and thanks for joining us. Moses, close to one of the biggest weekends for NFL fans.
Oh, no kidding. Next to the Super Bowl, of course.
Yeah.
I know Gerard's always been on pins and needles for the NFL, so it's certainly something fun to watch. We have all the highlights from the both AFC and NFC championships coming up in sports, plus a little bit more. Certainly a good sportscast all around.
Looking forward to it. And Gerard, everyone that I saw today was just smiling, and I think that the main reason was because it was gorgeous outside. It was like another one of those spring days we got spoiled with.
Would you believe? Yeah, we've been really spoiled, I think. We got some positive temperatures. I was actually happy to tweet this afternoon. We got a day we're going to see some positive readings. Let's see what we dealt with today. Firstly, all smiles. Certainly -6 doesn't paint the pretty picture, nor does that -12 wind chill at the moment. But generally speaking, during the course of the day, the warmer air that we've been getting has been coming out of the south, really, from that wind, east-southeast, sometimes west-southeast, but generally with a southerly heading in there somewhere, and at times getting into the 30s and allowing just a little bit of that warm air to come on in. For our region and for the Battlefords too, we've seen the better of the sunshine. Cold Lake and area, it's been mostly partly cloudy, but at least in those clouds, we're not seeing any precipitation in the forecast. Details on the way a little later in the cast.
There's still no word on what caused a train derailment west of Wainwright Saturday afternoon. The train was on its way from Winnipeg to Edmonton when it derailed halfway across the bridge. The steel bridge was also damaged in the mix, causing all trains to be rerouted.
31 loaded grain cars derailed approximately 32 kilometers west of Wainwright. 17 of those derailed grain cars came off the bridge, and there were no injuries and no environmental issues.
This is CN's third derailment in a week. Chandler says because they were all grain cars in this one, there's no environmental damage, but the cleanup is still underway. Well, you may have a new $100 polymer bill in your wallet, but exactly what it's contributing to in Canadian currency is much more sophisticated than just a new design. Elise Cox has that story.
The RCMP were guest speakers at the Rotary with a presentation to promote awareness on counterfeit bills. Counterfeit money is common across the country, and the border city sees its share of fake currency.
I think they seem to show up fairly often. It depends on the public and really how much they look into the notes that they have as part of their daily transactions. So the more they look, the more we see them.
Randy Aston is a small business owner who, in his 25 years in business, has only come across a counterfeit bill once and has since properly equipped his store.
We do have one of the scanners with the black lights on it that help identify counterfeit bills, so we try and use that when we can.
The $20 bill is the most counterfeited, contrary to popular belief that the $100 and $50 bills are. Although Lloydminster doesn't see as many counterfeit bills than other parts of the country would, the RCMP are still urging the public to protect themselves from the growing problem.
Obviously there's a criminal charge involved if you pass that on to somebody else. So, and if you do go to, for instance, a restaurant and try and give them a fake bill, that bill won't be valid. Whereas if when you receive the bill and you see it's fake, you can just give it back and say, I'm not accepting this bill. So you're obviously protecting yourself from the value of that bill being fake.
Protecting himself is something that Randy has considered, but will now utilize this new information in his own business.
I'm probably going to make sure that the staff tries to check the smaller bills more often, the 20s and stuff, not just the 50s and the 100s, because obviously that is an issue. The RCMP said that that's the most counterfeited bill out there, the 20, so we'll try and get them to check those more.
If you come across a counterfeit bill, bring it to the RCMP so they can further investigate its origin. Elise Cox, Newcap News.
After 4 weeks of fundraising, Service Credit Union met with members of the Lloydminster and District United Way to deliver some late holiday cheer. As Mike Baden explains, community and staff members worked together over the past month to come up with a sizable donation.
The Lloydminster and District United Way received a check for $14,000. Service Credit Union raised the money through employee pledges and fundraising events.
This is one way that business gets together with their employees. They have some fun, they do a few fundraising events, and it really helps support the local community. It does make a difference, really, in all of the support that we get throughout the year.
Although the program is only a month long, Service Credit Union makes sure they get everyone involved.
We're involved in a lot of different campaigns throughout the year, but the United Way campaign, we really focus during those 4 weeks. The money was pretty much a 4-week campaign.
Colleen says over the past few years, the money raised and amount of people participating has increased.
I think part of it is other people in our community who are coming into our community get involved. Our community is growing, so we're hoping our donations grow along with, and there's always growing needs in the community as well that have to be met.
The money will be distributed to various agencies at the end of May. Mike Baden, Newcap News.
Well, it's no surprise shopping local keeps money in the community, but you may not know just how much. One American survey found 25% more cash is kept in town when products are purchased locally.
Starting up her own business wasn't the original plan for Amanda Amendrud, but things have sure taken off since the Root Community Emporium opened up shop last November.
I woke up one day and had this really good idea.
That idea involved creating a space where people can gather and connect. At first glance, it may look like your grandparents' dining room, china and all. The goal, to encompass everything that is Lloydminster.
There's so many people in Saskatchewan doing amazing things. Our cheese and meat comes from the cheesery just outside of town in Kidscotty, right? It's like, it's all right here. I want everyone to know that we have this right here in Lloyd.
By using area resources for everything from food to art for sale on the walls, the trendy restaurant helps feed the local economy.
When the inventory is bought locally, the dollars stay local and the spending levels increase.
And the border city is budding with opportunity for entrepreneurs.
We've got the market that allows entrepreneurs to breed and start their businesses.
As one of those entrepreneurs, Amanda hopes to not only capitalize on opportunity, but bring a little piece of home to dining out.
There's family and heritage and roots all over. This is a couch I grew up on.